Hey everyone, before I start this review, I just want to let you know that Screenwave Media is publishing this game and they're also my YouTube network /MCN. So while I won't let that affect my review score or my thoughts on the game, I just want to let you guys know up front because integrity to me is everything. Traveling through a dangerous island, taking on monsters and collecting artifacts all for the sake of your kidnapped friend. This is Eagle Island, and it takes you on a whimsical adventure filled with roguelike dungeons, keeping you on your toes at every turn. Setting sail across the ocean blue, Quill and his two owl friends Koji and Ichigo seek out their next adventure. Sadly, that trip is cut short when they arrive on a mysterious island only to have Ichigo kidnapped by a giant eagle. Quill's only hope to save his friend is to reach the magical totems across this island, increasing Koji's power and defeating that giant eagle. Along the way, I fought giant creatures, met some friendly faces, and traveled through some beautiful looking environments. While it doesn't solely focus on its story, it's fleshed out enough to breathe life into this roguelike adventure that pays off towards the end of the game. Eagle Island is one huge overworld expanding across multiple different terrains home to monsters in every corner. You play as Quill who, along with Koji, fight all the monsters in sight. This is done by launching Koji directly at these enemies. Using either the D-pad or analog stick, you can aim in 8 different directions, launching Koji and waiting for him to come back. It's a simple combat system that, in conjunction with Quill's basic run and jump controls, makes everything feel approachable. Your adventure starts off with you going through multiple different terrains, each acting as a dungeon with monsters and ultimately one large boss. While the background terrains are predetermined, the layouts of these dungeons are completely randomized for every run. This means that if you die in the middle of a dungeon, you'll respawn to the start, but now with a completely different layout. That's going to be a trend throughout the campaign because combat can get tough. Monsters come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Some are easy to defeat and others are a bit trickier to take down. Shooting Koji at someone and missing could lead to your demise as you have that cooldown period waiting for Koji every time he has to come back. To balance out the increasingly difficult enemies are perks and upgrades. Perks can be earned by buying them from a shop with the coins you collect and finding them in chests. You do have a limited amount of perks that you can activate at once, and so you'll often find yourself switching between multiple ones to tackle different situations. Some perks will let you open up chests without using your collected coins, some will cut down the recovery time for Koji, and others will just give you more health. Either way, they're there to help you and add a bit of balance to the mayhem. Some of these are temporary and others are permanent, like the feathers you can unlock to power up Koji. These change up his attack properties that also open up brand new areas in the overworld, pretty much the Metroidvania aspect of this game. Running through these procedurally generated dungeons was a complete blast. Despite the simple controls and combat, I found myself enthralled by the growing diverse enemies and dungeon themes. As soon as I defeated one boss, I found myself in a brand new area with fresh enemies and puzzles. While playing, the only big thing that bothered me were the moments where I'd get hurt when I presumably was safe. The example that stands out to me was this mushroom enemy at the start of the game. I'd often get hurt by its attack even after I defeated it. Other times I'd escape it safely, and so that lack of consistency could get annoying sometimes. Outside of the main campaign are 2 bonus modes for any challenge seekers out there looking for a more difficult run of the campaign or a speed run. I personally wasn't too attracted to these game modes as my star of the show was the main campaign, but for anyone looking for more replayability after they finish that campaign, there's this to quench your thirst. There's no shortage of modern indie games out there that use this retro pixel art style, and Eagle Island is no different. What does make it stand out to me is how it uses that retro look along with some modern animation to make Eagle Island come to life. This world is beautiful, the way at any point you can just stop and admire the motion in the world. The background always has something happening and the grass flows along to my movement. All these little animation touches really do stand out once in action, and I love it. The one thing that did seem to be weird was the whole shake in the background as I moved left to right. That didn't really flow too smoothly, and once I noticed it, I couldn't really stop. Outside of that hiccup though, the animation is phenomenal and easily one of my favorite uses of pixel art this year. Also, if you dig into the options, you'll find some cool little bonus options like visual filters that change up the look of the game. More importantly are the accessibility options to reduce flashing lights or dim the brightness, essentially offering better accessibility for anyone that may have a disability, and I just really respect that. Along with the delightful visuals comes a splendid soundtrack that just put me in a happy mood with every dungeon. Fighting off monsters had this odd satisfying boom every time Koji landed an attack on an enemy. It's like the retro version of Kratos calling back the Leviathan axe. You don't know why it's satisfying, it just is. The one audio design I didn't really enjoy too much was the choice to have this loud beep every time I had low health. The sound effect used could get rather annoying after a while, and for more sensitive players, I could imagine it get pretty agitating. Luckily, you do have the option to turn it off in the options menu, but by default, it's left on. Eagle Island is a lovely new roguelike Metroidvania game to add to my indie recommendation list. Its control and gameplay design are easy to pick up and enjoy, while still offering a challenge through its diverse array of dungeons. I got my nitpicks with some mechanics here and there, but I found the overall experience to be charming and entertaining. Presented in this lovely animated pixel look that I immediately fell in love with, I have no problem recommending this to anyone seeking their next roguelike fix, but I'm sure there's no shortage of that.